So today we're going to be installing some new fairings that are in this box onto the BMW S1000. So let's get started with this video. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and like I said, we are installing some new fairings onto the BMW S1000. Now, as you can see, the BMW does have a wrap on it that at the beginning it looked pretty good, but after a little bit of time it started to show the amateurishness of, the install, because I'm not a professional when I did the wrap on this bike. And you can see quite a bit of imperfections, including bubbling, some of the actual vinyl is starting to peel. So while it looks good from like this distance here, when you get up close to it, it does not look good. So let me show you what I mean real quick. So like if you look at certain sections like here, you're seeing some bubbling going on. If you look like underneath here, you see parts of the actual film have just started peeling back and everything. And it's all over. You can see all different spots that are just peeling up, just not looking good at all. Like all this section here is peeling up and everything. It just doesn't look good. And I could redo this, but when I tried to redo it in certain sections, like redoing this back section here, it started peeling up again, regardless of whatever I was doing. And I just don't like how that looks. And I want to be able to, showcase a bike that looks really, really good. So I opted to go for some custom painted fairings that I can actually just install on the bike and they will look really, really nice and professional. So what I have here is this box right here, which is from monsterfairings.com. And I worked with them. They essentially make custom fairings for all different kinds of motorcycles, whether you have a BMW S1000 like I do, or a Gixxer 1000, or a Yamaha R1, Ducati, any kind of motorcycle practically, they make custom fairings for your bike. And when I mean custom fairings, I'm talking like they can do pretty much any color that you want, along with specialty designs and everything. Now, I love orange, so I wanted to still stick with the orange theme and kind of still somewhat match the C8 Z06 in regards to orange, but go a little bit different. Go a little bit of a different shade of orange. So what we have here in this box here is the new fairings that I'm going to install. Okay, so just opening up the box real quick. I don't have any of the actual fairings undone. Like everything is pretty much brand new out of the box, so I haven't even done really an unveiling. Now what's in the box is essentially all the stuff that you need to replace all the fairings on your motorcycle. So it also includes some heat shielding that you see here. You can also choose to have certain things like a complimentary window, like a complimentary windshield. So instead of having the clear windshield, I could use the windshield that was provided to me that is like a dark smoke windshield. And then I opted for also a set of universal screws that are in like a black set instead of using the silver screws that are on the BMW already. So let me show you real quick what the color is, because I'm really excited. I've been wanting to see this color and go from there. So without further ado, I'm gonna try to do this all with one hand still on the camera. But without further ado, check this out. This is the new color for the BMW. So it is more of a reddish orange than the golden orange that we have here. And this is part of the front fairings that go on the side right here. That's what this part is. But check this out, it's still a like matte satin type color, and honestly, the lights that are in the garage do not do this color justice. I think this looks really, really good. What do you guys think of this color? I think to start off with, I mean, this color is gonna be really, really nice. I mean, to start off with, I think this color is gonna work really, really nice. And these pieces are going to fit like OEM. They have all the different pieces on the back here, so there's no custom work that needs to be done. Literally, these are just plug and play in regards to installing, just like OEM fairings. So I'm really excited that I don't have to do any kind of extra work in order to be able to install these. Literally, this is going to just take the same kind of bolts and stuff that I already have on the BMW. So with that being said, let me put this here. And then I literally have all the different pieces that are going to essentially replace all the orange sections on this BMW, including this back section. This back section is actually going to not use the rear seat, passenger seat. It's going to be just the actual solo cowl. So it's a different set. It'll be a different setup, but if I ever want a passenger, this is a quick, easy thing to just kind of remove and then install this piece on here. And I'll do that for whenever the wife wants to go for a ride and stuff like that. So I'll have that still, I'll have this piece still readily available and such. But yeah, this rear section is going to be redone. And then you have this section on the side here along with the side fairings, and even these fins here are also going to all be redone, are all going to be replaced. Now, the only section that's going to be a little bit different is going to be the actual tank cover, or the actual tank itself. I have purchased in here a tank cover that's going to go over this section here. There's an additional piece that's going to go here to replace this front gas tank cover here. And then the other thing I need to do is also remove these tank grips. I have some new tank grips over there, like I'll point that out right there. So I'm gonna basically remove these so that I could put the tank cover, and then I'll put new tank pads onto the tank cover. But essentially that is what is going to be going on with doing this replacement. So the replacement for all of this is probably going to take about 2 to 3 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer, just depending, because there's certain pieces like this piece right here I got to take off of this main section right here, off of the main side here, and then hold on to it so that I could put it onto the new pieces that are in the box. And that's essentially what's going on here. So this is gonna be pretty exciting. I am excited to be able to do this and get this bike looking how I want it to. I mean, the bike looks great, again, from like a little bit of distance, but whenever I have anybody that gets up and close to the bike, I mean, it looks amateurish. It doesn't look professional, and I want this bike to look professional, especially if I'm taking it out to like bike shows and all that kind of stuff. I want this bike to really stand out, but stand out in a good way, not just being, you know, like only good from a distance. So as much as I wanted it to like match the C8 Z06, this bike is gonna be a little bit unique in itself, and that's fine with me, and I'm perfectly okay with that. So, all right, so now that we've gone over the gist of what's gonna go on, I'm gonna get everything out of this box, put it on the table, show you all the different pieces, and then we'll go ahead and start disassembling all the body panels on the bike and getting it all set up to put the new fairings on. So let me get started with that, and we will talk in a few. Alrighty guys, so we have all the pieces all set out outside of the box. So let's go over what we get from monsterfairings.com. So all the pieces on the table are all the custom color pieces, minus this piece right here, which I'll get to in a little bit. But essentially, this is the color that I decided to go with. And you can see all the different fairing pieces they have here are all in this color, and they look really, really nice. Now, there's a couple of small imperfections that I want, like, I'll note just on like some of the corners. I think from like the shipping, I don't know if it's even getting caught on the camera. Like you can see right in this edge right here, some of it got chipped off. I don't know if it's something from like the manufacturer, but you can kind of see it a little bit. It's just slight imperfections. Honestly, for me, I'm not terribly picky, so it's one of those things you're not going to really notice it until you're like up close and personal with it. And in general, though, I mean, all these pieces, including certain sections like this piece right here, which is like a two-tone piece here, it came out really, really good. Now, I opted for a solid color and stuff like that. Like I said, Monster's fairings, they basically can do any kind of custom color and design that you're thinking of, and they have examples on their website. I could probably put some screenshots up so you can just take a look at it, just to get an idea of what they're capable of doing. They're capable of doing a much more complex thing. I wanted to go for like a simple, clean look kind of deal that looks like still OEM factory almost, just in the color that I really, really want. And they did a really, really good job with all these pieces. I mean, even the pieces that are black here, that are a satin matte type black, I mean, they pretty much match the matte black that I have over here. So I may or may not use these pieces here, just because, I mean, it all matches pretty darn well. On top of that, they sent the center cowl section that is the single seater cowl piece, which looks really, really nice. I was kind of, honestly, I should have talked to them a little bit better. I wanted to have it that I preserved the passenger seat, but in this case, I got the single seat there. So I don't know if they can personally do the passenger version of it, or if they just only have molds for the single seat version. So it's something to kind of keep in mind and make sure you clarify if you were to get stuff from them. And another good thing that I really did like was that you see all these black pieces right here. These are the understructure pieces, or the side pieces, that are basically the black trim sections that they basically sent all of these pieces. So sections on the bike, like this part right here, or this part right here, or even this part right here, they sent all those pieces along with all these fairings. I didn't know that they were gonna send all of that. I thought they were just gonna send everything that was just basically on the table, but they sent all these extra pieces here. One thing I am going to mention is the time frame that this all took. Now, this is not going to be something that is quick and simple where you can just order these and you'll have them like next week. No, this whole entire setup to get the custom color that I exactly wanted, to get all of the fairing, like to actually get the fairing shipped and everything, this took about 3 months or so. It is one of those things where you do your initial order of it, and then Monster Fairings contacts you, asking what you want for a design. You give them ideas for the design. The going back and forth takes a few days, and by a few days, honestly, it took like a couple of weeks to even just get the actual the initial version of what you're looking to get from them. And it's not to say that their customer service is like slow or anything. It's actually pretty quick and responsive. It's just, it took a bit of back and forth and trying to figure out the actual colors, like the closeness of the colors to like what I was looking for, and then just the actual overall design. And then to actually ship it out, it takes anywhere from 30 to 60 days because these shipped out via ship freight from China. So these aren't made in like America or anything like that. They're actually made over in China. And it takes the time from like the boat to go from there all the way to here in the US. Now they do have an option for like air shipping, which is like an extra, I think it was like an extra $300 to do that, which you could do. But I opted to go for just the regular shipping. Now, the cost for this. Now they have certain fairings that are by design that they could pretty much ship out really quickly. And by really quickly, it still ships out like 30, 60 days out. But that being said, if you're looking to get custom, it cost me around $1,300. Now, and like in general, honestly, for all of these different pieces that are custom painted and stuff like that, and that's also including if I were to done like custom like logos or any of that kind of stuff, custom illustrations like or artwork or whatnot, that kind of price is like pretty freaking reasonable. To top it all off, I mean, the actual quality of the pieces themselves, they're solid pieces. They're actually a little bit heavier than the OEM pieces, so I feel like they're actually like pretty solid. They're not gonna just, you know, fly off the bike and everything, but I'll actually better assess that after I've had all of this installed onto the BMW. But in general, like that price point I thought was pretty reasonable, and they have certain discounts depending on the year kind of deal to be able to do that. Now this video, I do not have a actual discount code to go with it. This is just a pure review, so no kind of affiliate link or anything like that. But again, they do have certain discount codes depending on like 4th of July or Black Friday or whatnot. They do honor quite a few things with like up to like, I think 35% discounted on their prices. So not bad actually, like pretty reasonable. So overall, you would spend about $1,300 on this kind of set. And I think for what you get, I think that is pretty darn good. Now going back to like this one little piece right here, this is technically this little black piece here technically was part of all the pieces that were given to me as like subset pieces. But why in particular I had this on the table is because I'm going to replace the actual piece that is right here on the BMW, mostly because of the backside of the part. These little knobs right here, that if it's getting shown on the camera, right, one of the knobs is actually broken on the actual BMW, and so this piece is actually kind of a little loose. That when I was disassembling the bike in regards to all the different fairings, when I was doing the wrap, it was kind of showing, like I've kind of realized that piece was actually pretty loose. So it's actually nice that I have, again, this subset of pieces here that I can do a replacement for if you have damage. Let's say you had, you know, dropped your bike or had like a minor crash or whatnot with your bike. Having it that Monster Fairings actually sends you all these subset pieces is actually really, really nice. I do appreciate that. I think even just moving forward, if for whatever reason, God forbid, I actually have to replace these new fairings because I had a minor crash or whatnot, I can be assured that a new set would come with everything that I'm looking for, including the subset pieces. So, but yeah, so that is going to be essentially everything that we're gonna get going and doing. So let us go ahead, remove all the old fairings off of the BMW and then get ready to install all these new ones. I'm really excited. So let's get started with that part of the video. Alrighty guys, so we have finished installing all the new fairings onto the BMW S1000 and I think it looks freaking awesome. The color looks great, the finish on it looks great, and it wasn't too bad of an install. Now there was some pros and cons to doing this install. The pro, I would say, is that everything lined up how it's supposed to. Even the tank cover, which I was a little bit iffy about at the beginning, but it all lined up really nicely. So overall the job took about, I would say, 3 hours for me, but I was taking my time with it, making sure everything lined up. So you could probably do it in honestly like half the time, and it will honestly vary depending on the complexity of the motorcycle you had, kind of deal. If it's a BMW like mine, it probably is going to take you about that amount of time. If it's something a little bit simpler, maybe doesn't have these fins, it'd probably take you a little bit less time actually. But overall, like I said, everything lined up pretty quickly. Now the one con I would say is I was sent the universal bolts that you can use with your bike and stuff like that. I honestly don't recommend using them. Like I'll be very honest, I had one bolt basically break off, strip, and it was onto my gas tank right here. And so it is stuck there. There is nothing I can freaking do about it unless I take it to a mechanic shop so that they can undo the bolt like that's stuck in there, and I'm kind of just stuck with a bolt that is just kind of glued into place instead of actually like fastened into place. And that honestly would not have happened if I had used the OEM bolts. They feel a little bit flimsy. They don't feel strong enough. Like, I know they're probably made out of aluminum, but I've used aluminum like bolts before and they've not done that. I was not cranking hard on this. It just freaking went, and I was just like, what the hell? So excuse my language on it. I was a little frustrated with that. But in any case, in general, I used the OEM bolts that were originally holding the previous fairings on, and everything worked pretty well. Everything lined up like how it's supposed to. And in general, like, it looks really good, including the finish and such. So I'm definitely really happy with this. I think it is. Do I think it is worth the money? Yes, I do think it is worth the money, especially if you're wanting to go with a custom build on your bike. So I definitely like it. I definitely would recommend it. Again, it takes about 3 months or so, going through the entire process to get your fairings. So something to keep in mind is not going to be something that's going to happen like in 2-3 weeks. It takes a little while. In the price point, I think if you get it, especially on like a discount, like a 4th of July discount, I think you can get away with a pretty good price with these. Now, I'll probably do eventually a video after a few months, just seeing how everything has held up. There, like, again, I had said before, there is a few pieces here that, like right here on the front, like the front edge is not perfect. It's showing a little bit of the paint like peeled back from it. I wish that was like not there in particular, but I'll probably take like a black Sharpie or some kind of permanent marker and just mark it black, and then you never really see it, kind of deal. But yeah, like I said, I do like how this all looks. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed having a new bike and having it be a little bit of a different kind of orange than the C806 orange. I love that orange, but this orange works just fine, and it makes it a little bit unique. It's like the BMW New Horizon 2.0 kind of deal. So I definitely like it. So in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please check out any of my other videos, and we'll see you next time. So take care, guys.